Good morning, South Africa. Today we are saying money mornings with Siboniso Mtshali. All right, today we are looking at 4 pillars of wealth creation. 4 pillars of wealth creation. Number 1 is what we called wealthy protection. That's where we are talking about how do you secure your asset? How do you protect them against the risk? We are talking about the elements of insurance, insuring your wealth. We are talking about policies. We are talking about life cover. We are talking about estate planning. It's part of wealthy protection. We are talking about those risky policies like funeral cover, at least one, not multiple funeral covers. Those are part of wealth protection. So that when you face the risk, you don't have to go for a loan because you just claim, you access from those wealth and risky protection portfolios. And then number 2 is what we call the wealth creation. That's where you start by saving and investing. It's part of wealth creation. Looking at saving, investing in shares, unit trust, exchange traded funds, real estate investment trust, endowments, retirements. Those are the part of wealth creation. So tax-free investment account is part of savings. Money market account is part of savings, but they are falling within the element of wealth creation. So that's the second point, and those steps you must follow accordingly, starting with wealth protection as well as wealthy creation. And then the third one, it's wealthy acceleration. Now we are talking about the ripple effect, the system that will help you accelerate your wealth. We are talking about a system where you control it. We are talking about where you utilize other people's time. We're talking about the business that will help you multiply yourself, your skills, your hours in a day, whereby you've got people working for you or you've got system working for you. So that is a part of wealth accelerator. Let me make an example with an app. Take for instance Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg created this kind of communication system, and then it's utilized by everyone across the world, and the rewards are great. We're talking about Amazon, Jeff Bezos, those kind of system that accelerate your wealth with the speed of a Ferrari. That's what we are talking about when we talk about the wealth acceleration. Utilizing digital platforms, utilizing fourth industrial revolution. The fourth industrial revolution and the internet is a wealth accelerator. Look around those things, how you can scale your business, your ideas, your system using the internet and the technology of this time. And then the last one is what we called wealth preservation. All right, so now you've created your wealth, you've protected your wealth, and then how do you preserve it? How do you keep it? How do you create a legacy that will even reach your third generation? That's what we call wealth preservation. When we talk about wealth preservation, we are talking about your retirement. You are no longer working, you are old, but you still have income that support your medical expenses and everything else. That's part of wealth preservation. All right. So talking about again estate planning, that is also part of wealth preservation. All right. So that when you are no more, but your asset continue to people that you've nominated, you understand? So that's part of wealthy preservation. You are no longer working, but you still enjoying the same level of life, the same level of luxury, because now your wealth is taking care of you, or your wealth is saving you. All of this time you were saving, but now your wealth is saving you. The last method of wealth preservation is property, because that's the only thing you can create legacy with. You see, when you talk about stock market shares and everything, these things, they disappear. Sometimes they go down, they go up, but the value of property always appreciates. It's something that you will pass to your generation, and your generation will pass to other generations. That's what we call the wealth preservation business. Like, you cannot put your job as a part of a legacy, because when you die, it's over. Somebody else will take your position, but your business, your generation will continue with business. So wealth preservation, invest in business, invest in property, and then take care of your pension and retirement. That's part of preservation. So catch me tomorrow again on Wednesday when we talk about Wealthy Wednesday. Thank you, South Africa.